How's it going, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be possibly making a live trade and going over the live breakdown of what I see and why I see value in a specific trade that I take. But before I start, let me make a disclaimer real quick that I am not a licensed professional, and by all means, anything I say or do not take as advice. I just had to say that because I don't want people to mistakenly take it as advice when it's just all my opinions. I just wanted to specifically emphasize that in this video. Let's just get started though real quick before I miss a trade, because I think it's setting up right now. So obviously the 4 hour is setting up for a really good trade, and that's a good swing trade. But the main thing I'm looking at is the 4 hour is overall bullish on its current trend. So if you look at this current trend here, if you start from where it started changing trend, that's its current trend. It's overall bullish. Obviously, we kind of got this bull flag going on here, and we got an area here where it didn't want to break lows. So it's possibly going to be a good swing trade for calls, because it could break out. When a bull flag makes that descending lower highs and lower lows pattern, and then it doesn't want to break lows, it's usually whenever the bull flag breaks out. So let's go ahead and do this, because I want to do a quick scalp or a quick day trade. You can see we are overall in an uptrend because it did previously break the previous highs here. The previous highs have been broken multiple times, but it did not actually break pre-market hours highs. So that isn't a good sign there. That could cause this thing to keep coming down. So I got to be careful whenever I invest into this, but I think it might come back down here to around this support level. And if it does, I might be able to possibly get into this and trade it on up. There might be an ascending support as well here. I don't really like looking at ascending supports, but possible one there. So let's see. So you guys can see it broke previous highs. It'd make total sense on why this thing would do a recovery. So I'm going to go ahead and buy some contracts, or get them ready to buy. Let's see here. We're going to go with the 32 cents. I don't like buying this low a lot of the times, because if it does fall, you're down quite a bit. But I'm gonna buy this low here. It didn't hold that descending or that ascending support level, so it's heading back down to this area here, most likely. Let me move that up a little bit. It might touch this area again, but it's probably going to try to hold right here. Boom. So let's see. It's going for 29 cents right now. You can see here I am going to possibly be taking a trade with 300. I'm going to up this a little bit though. I'm going to go with 20. How much would that be? I don't have much buying power left. $580 and then 11 in commission. So got that ready. So if that drops any more, it's just going to drop in value, meaning it's going to be less. So it's not a big deal. I'm going to go with 25. I don't want to go on with too much though. 725, not too bad. All right, we're going to do that right there. See what we can make off at 725. Let's go right here. All right, I'm going to quickly transition to my indicators just to see if there's any divergence going on. It looks like it's oversold obviously, but that's not necessarily a bull sign as a support. But it does indicate a past bounce area where it does typically bounce. But I would rather see divergence, as in it's growing in strength at a lower price. That would be great. It looks like it is pushing up here. And what happens when it typically pushes from this support? It usually has a resistance around this area right here, right there. So if it breaks that, then yes, it's probably heading straight back up. So I might hop into this just in case it does want to continue pushing up to a tremendous amount. Let's see here. It's going for 31 cents. It's a 1 day expiration, so it's not going to move as fast, which is good if it does go south. So, every trade is not going to be correct. It's all about a matter of cutting your loss. Or a lot of times the option trading, it's a matter of really just going in with not as much, a number you're comfortable with investing, so you don't get so anxious. I don't like all these indicators on my screen though. Let me just quickly go over them real quick so I can take them off. All right, 5 minute looks good on the MACD. Don't like that right there. Broke below made a lower low there, but it also broke below the 50. Anything below 50 is usually bearish. It also tried to break above it on the 15, which this could be a bounce. It looks like it's trying to do a divergence on the RSI. I mean, bullish divergence, as in it looks like it's trying to come back down. It's touching almost the same price as where it was before. So this low right here, the price was right here at 313.35, but now it's at a higher low area when price is at the same price basically. So it's saying that price is at the same area, price action's at the same price, and it's at the same area, but with a stronger strength, right? So RSI means relative strength index. So a higher low on the RSI, but a lower low on price would be a bullish divergence because you got a better price, a better deal with a stronger strength. I mean, you know, that's a bull's buffet. So let's just go over the 5-minute one more time. Let's go to the 15-minute one time. Look at everything, see if everything's clear. Possible inverted head and shoulders here. The RSI, we got a good deal on the MACD, but yeah, I don't like how it is in an area where it typically is either going to push up or dramatically or push down dramatically, and there's a good chance it could go down. But based on past patterns, it does repeat, or it does usually reverse around that area, but that's just trading on that indicator, so I'm just trying to focus on possible indications to increase my confidence during the trade. Looks like, you know, this is a strong support level around this area here. It wouldn't have fell all the way below it and then picked all the way back up if it was going to just break it again. Most likely, it's going to, you know, it rejected this area where it typically rejects, and it's going to come back down and bounce here and pull right back up most likely. So we'll see. Let me take a peek at that 4-hour real quick. I don't look at indicators on the 4-hour. It's not very important to me. Yeah. There's a good tip there. If you scrunch your price over here, it makes such a big difference. Like this looks scary, but this looks like it's not that bad. It's just little bitty candles, right? Let's see if we got a positive divergence real quick. We just made a lower low. Yes, we do. So I'm going to go ahead and place my trade here. See if I get filled. Looks like I'm not getting filled, so I'm going to cancel and replace that. Got filled at 30 cents. Go ahead and come over here to my contract so I can open up the sell. This is a good tip as well. I'm going to go ahead and make it where it breaks its, set an alert where it breaks its previous high. Because if it doesn't want to break that previous high, then I'll just cut a loss or break even. Most likely a loss due to commission or like a 1 or 2% loss. So the good tip here, if you go ahead and get your order ready to sell, you can just click this little tab button and it's already here. So you can open it up immediately when you see it not looking attractive anymore. You can just pop it open, confirm, and send. So we got positive divergence, right? So we got a low here. It pushed up, right? Look at the RSI where my crosshairs are. This low, how it's really low. It's lower than this low, right? This low, it's low, right? It pushed up, came back down to the same exact price, but a higher low area. So it's stronger, but at the same price. So that's a obvious sign that it's going to most likely be trying to reverse. It's a positive divergence. So it's not a confirmation of anything. It's just an indication, technically speaking, but it definitely does help with confidence though. It could definitely work out though. I'm going to try to not make any cuts in this video. If I do anything, I'm just going to speed it up. I don't want to make any cuts in the video whatsoever. Even if I mess up, sorry if I mess up on my speech. We'll laugh together on it. Let's see. Got this order ready to sell if something happens. You can see that one candle there. It's knocking us down big time to 29 cents, even though it's at a higher price than where I bought. We're not trading the price of the ticker. We're trading the price of the contract. So that's why it does that. Just a tip there. We also need to keep an eye out on the time. The time is 3:40 right now. You can see it up here. It's 15:41, 51. See the 1-minute candle closes here shortly, and the 2-minute candle closes. See if it closes high there. 2, 1, and close. Closed high there on the 2-minute. See the 1-minute closed green. So it looks like we might have a another uptrend here. that would be great. I don't expect this thing just to dramatically push. You know, that's not how it usually works. It usually will push up, go sideways, sometimes even come back down, hold, and then push up again, and then sideways and down, up. It usually won't just, you know, very few times it really just starts ripping and just with no pullbacks. And that'd be great. If we could do that, I would love that. But it's probably just going to, look, push up, down, over, just sideways a little bit, and then start pushing on up. And then boom, I could sell. This is a resistance at 314.01, but there's also a resistance at 314.28. So I'm probably going to risk the 314.28, but the safe sell could be 314.01. It could even break higher than that. Keep in mind, we did just previously break these highs. On our current trend, we broke these, this high here, broke this high. So our current trend is definitely bullish. But from the, let me put this in auto real quick, and let me just throw this down here. From pre-market highs here, we actually are not, this high did not break this high, but who's to say that it's done testing, right? So if this broke this previous high, it should at least push up to this resistance or this resistance before it actually confirms that it wants to come back down as a bearish trend, right? Before it makes that lower high in its confirmation. So it should do that. And if it doesn't, then you know, that'd be a little odd. If it should either push up to test these highs, or it's going to push up here and test those highs. Let's see where we're at. We're up 11% right now, 87.50. This is actually one of my really small accounts. It's 158 on the day so far because I cut a little profit with AMD, 81 bucks. Now I'm up 87.50 right now, 11.76%. I just said that completely backwards. I'm at 6.7%. All right. All right, let's see. It looks like it's trying to resist this area. You can see in the past, whenever it pushes from this support here, in the past, it does tend to resist this area, and it needs to be able to break. If it can go and break its previous high, which is going to be here now, if it can just break that previous high, go ahead and set it 1 penny higher. If it can break that previous high, then it might be pushing on up to its next resistance. Depending on how strong it would be is going to determine whether or not it's going to break that resistance, which for the safety of it, I'll probably just sell because from past patterns, when it bounces from that support, it goes to this resistance. Bounces from the support, goes to this resistance. Even if it does break through, why not just secure the profits? I'm already almost tempted to secure the profits because, you know, that's just how trading is. You can't determine exactly where it's going to go, but you can definitely determine put the odds in your favor by determining a past resistance based on a past support. It's the questions you ask yourself. When it comes from this area, where does it tend to go, and what tends to happen when it does this? It's a past pattern. You can do that with indicators too, by the way. I do it all the time with the RSI. Very great, very, very great stuff right there. Boom, we're ripping. I'll probably get ready to sell here. We're up 15%. Boom, look at that. Pushed big time there. Let's see if I could sell at 35, 36. %. All right, I'll take it. Boom. All right, there we go. So 25, 18%. That left us with $125 profit on SPY, $81 profit on AMD. Left us with $196 on the day. You see here I sold, that was the AMD area I sold there, but I bought at 30, sold at 35. Not a far distance away, but 18%. 18% a day really isn't that bad. It pushed up to this area. I stuck to my plan. If it touches this area, I was going to sell because most likely it's going to try to pull back down. It does not have to. It breaks before. If it's really bullish, obviously it's going to break it if it's really bullish. But yeah, so it was a very simple video. I wanted to also show you guys real quick the 4 hour. I think overall we're going to be, let me clear this real quick. I think overall we're going to be seeing more upside on SPY, the S&P 500. just because it hasn't really given us any signs of a bearish trend. And I'm not one of those news fanatics out there that just constantly looks at the news saying, oh, this report, this report, this report. I'm sorry, no offense, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm going to base my stuff off of technical analysis because I'm a technical trader. So I do not get any signs right now. There's no signs of any bearish trends going on right now. So I'm still bullish. And I think overall we'll be hitting that. My first price target is going to be 316.32. And then my second price target after it breaks that area, it's going to be, here, hang on, let me just edit this. It's going to be 319.62. So 316.62. I'm doing this so that if it does hit this price, we can come back to the video and I'll show you guys again. And then 62. My bad. I literally just did that. 1 second. It said 32 on this. 316.32 and 319.62. I've barely slept last night. This thing is continuing to push, but that is great. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video and I hope you guys enjoyed that trade. And if you guys did like the video, please comment down below what your favorite ticker is and I'll give you my opinion on my insights on it. And let me know what your opinion is about that ticker. And yeah, I'll see you guys over in the Discord. If you are not in the Discord, just join by clicking the link down below. I will see you guys later. This thing is absolutely ripping. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.